Okay, hey guys, welcome to video 2. And I know how much you just love my singing. So, for number 2, it's the same. We're circling an expression or expressions equivalent to 28 divided by the difference between 4/5 and 7/10, okay? So equivalent to 28. So I'm going to 28 divided by the difference between 4/5 and 7/10. So the difference means I have to subtract, right? So the difference then between 4/5 minus 7/10. So I'm trying to find the difference between the two. And then I know that parentheses is going to go around this expression because I have to find the difference first and then divide. Okay? So these pails go together. So I'm going to put a parentheses with them. They're going to be in a group together. They're going to get hugged together, group hug. Okay? So now I know that I'm going to go through these expressions and say, oh, this matches perfectly. But then it's important to go through all of them to make sure if there might be an extra or might not be. So this is 28 over 4/5 minus 7/10. So can that be it? Yeah, it actually can. So we know that when it has this fraction, it really means dividing into pieces, right? So this is 28 divided by the difference between 4/5 minus 7/10. So this is also equivalent to that expression. So how about this one? 4/5 minus 7/10, and then we'd get that answer, and then divide it by 28. Is that equivalent? No, right? Because we want to divide 28 by the difference, not the difference by 28. Okay, so that's a no-go. And then 28 divided by, and then 7/10 minus 4/5. Well, that can't be it because we want to find the difference between 4/5 and 7/10, not 7/10 and 4/5. So that's a no-go. We got our two equivalent, then we can move on, okay? So make sure that you're checking to see which one is which, okay? And do not solve these. Oop. That's the riddle for today. Do not the riddle, but the message, PSA. Do not solve these, okay? We haven't really gone through this. I mean, I know that you're capable of doing this, but that's just extra work. Right now, we're just looking to see, we're going to be working on this, the word, the vocabulary for you, and then just rewriting the expression and being able to see which one is equal to. So do not solve these. That's so much work. I don't want you guys to do that much homework on Monday. That's too crazy. So for number 3, it says fill the chart by writing equivalent numerical expressions. So now, here they gave us the expressions, and then we had to find which one is equivalent to. But here they're just giving us the numerical, they're giving us the written equivalent, but we need to find the numerical expressions. So I'm just going to do one. So it says half as much as the difference between 2 1/4 and 3/8. 3/8. So the difference between, so half as much. So I wonder what that's going to look like. So first, I know that 2 1/4 and 3/8 are going to go together. They're going to go together, right? So the difference between them. So I know difference means to subtract. So I have 2 1/4 minus 3/8. And I'm going to put parentheses around them because they're palos, right? They're going to be together. So once I find the difference, then I need to know what's half as much as that. Well, how do I find something? How do I find half of something? You can do one of two things. I hope you're shouting at me through the computer screen. Well, you can either divide it by 2, right? Splitting it in half. So I could say divided by 2. That would be correct. And what would also be correct? So also you can do, with our knowledge of fractions, you can do times 1/2, right? Because that would be the reciprocal of 2. So we can either, your answer can either be multiply by 1/2 or divide by 2, okay? So I think you guys should be okay with this. If there is a word in here like difference, sum, divided by, half as much, and you're confused on which operation that you should use, just send us a message.